Hello from Clarksdale, Mississippi, y'all. Simon and I are on a little Memorial Day weekend getaway at the Crossroads, the home of the Delta Blues, where Robert Johnson allegedly sold his soul to the devil to learn how to play the blues. We are here for a blues festival. It's called Red's Old Timers Blues Festival. All 60 years old and up blues musicians. Headliner Bobby Rush. And I wanted to give you a peek at vegan traveling, blues traveling, how we're on the road, especially with a healthy plant-based diet. Clarksdale, Mississippi, not the best options for that. I don't have any makeup on yet. I just got out of the shower. My hair's still wet. I think I'm gonna let it air dry today because it is going to be in the 90s. Hot, hot, hot in the south right now, y'all. So yeah, we're gonna be out at a park. It's outdoors, free festival, and I think I'm just gonna let the hair air dry. So I'm gonna give you a little tour of the Airbnb space that we rented, and we always, top tip, always rent an Airbnb with a little kitchen so that we can bring groceries and cook most of our own foods when there aren't a lot of restaurant options. And so I will show you what we brought, what we cooked last night, which was a really tasty recipe. And yeah, let me give you the tour of our Airbnb. So here we are downtown Clarksdale, basically. We're within walking distance to Morgan Freeman's Ground Zero Blues Club. We actually went there last night for some live blues from Big T. And I'll try to record a little blues music for y'all to sneak into this video as well from the festival today. So our place, this is the main house, and I think he rents out 1 or 2 spaces in this as well. But I'm going to take you around back and show you the space that we rented. So we've got nice shaded property, even though it is super hot down here in Mississippi today. And in the back, there's a little fire pit and little spots to sit out and enjoy a beer, which we did when we arrived. We got here about 5:30, 6 o'clock last night. We've got another little rental, this red and green guy here, and another little patio space over here behind a church here. Any of this is free for Airbnb guests to use. That cute little rental, but this one is the one we rented, this little blue cottage. I don't know if this used to be a church, a small little church. It looks very churchy to me when we get around to the entrance. So the one we rented, if you want to search for it on Airbnb, if any of y'all are coming down to Clarksdale, Mississippi, to the Crossroads, which I highly recommend if you like blues music, good live music at all, come to Clarksdale. It's an awesome little getaway. So this is called the Gallery at Chateau, and you will see why when we come inside. This is a really fun concept. So you come inside here and we have this cool space. Air conditioning going, thank goodness. So this is called the Gallery at Chateau, and everything in this Airbnb rental is for sale. So you come over and you come over to the mantle and you're like, hey, I like these little dolphins, $12, take them home. And there's little information about the artists. And I really like these baptism ones. I'm not sure who the artist is, but there are these oil paintings of baptisms in the river. So that one's called Purple Baptism, and they got these little tags, Gallery at Chateau. So yeah, just fun, cool art knickknacks. Even the furniture, all the furniture, if you want it, is for sale in here. So I thought that was a pretty great concept. There's our dining room. So yeah, let me back up and kind of give you a feel for the space. So you walk in and this is one big main room here with a little dining table over there, and that's actually where we had our dinner last night. Wasn't really kidding about dining room. And then it has a kitchen, even with a gas stove. So a lot of times now I look on Airbnb and I get fussy and I choose a gas stove as well, but it's not that important, but I prefer a gas stove. So this kitchen worked just fine for making a really nice dinner last night, and most of the Airbnb little kitchens are pretty well stocked. This one had all the dishes and extra little salt and pepper and coffee and stuff that we would need. We've got a washer, dryer, little laundry room. I noticed this morning. We got Robert Johnson in the laundry room. Pretty appropriate for Clarksdale. Hang out with Robert Johnson while you do your laundry. We got little rack. Here's some things that we brought. Like that's our cooler, our grocery bags, a couple of our groceries there. I stuck a couple more of our baby coolers, which we're going to take to the Blues Fest with us today. We've got a little bathroom with a shower. Everything you need for a weekend in the Mississippi Delta. And then I will show you the bedroom. So here's our bedroom. Nice little old-fashioned bedspread. Everything art on the walls for sale in here as well. And we even have a walk-in closet. Look at that for our little blue shack. Gold metallic chair for sale if we so desire. So there you go. There is the quick tour of our gallery at Chateau de. Fun little space to stay in at Clarksdale. And next I'm going to show you what we brought for food and what we made for dinner last night. Okay, first of all, here's a look at what we made for dinner last night. I brought along some of our just dry rice in a little bag, and we cooked up a big pot of rice to go with the Peruvian stir fry that we made last night, and the other main leftovers we brought with us was more of that lentil curry. Luckily, the last of it. But we have a big pot of rice that we made last night. And then we made this recipe, which is from a blog called Fat Free Vegan, Susan Boyson. I'll put the link to this recipe down below. It was super delicious. So this is called a Seitan Saltado, which is a Peruvian stir fry, which actually has potato, like potato that we made into homemade fries in the oven, and then you put the potato in the stir fry, and then strips of homemade seitan. I made my homemade seitan, I believe, from a recipe from 1,000 Vegan Recipes cookbook. I'll put the link to that down below, but you can just search online and find how to make homemade seitan from Vital Wheat Gluten. This was so good. We cut the seitan into strips. Simon did. Simon, my sous chef, cut everything. Cut the seitan into strips, and then you tossed this with fresh pressed garlic, ground cumin, black pepper. Let that sit. You put your potato, home fries, and on a tray in the oven, and they have this little Airbnb had plenty of trays and had some olive oil cooking spray here, salt and pepper, and then we sliced up some red onion, white onion, orange bell pepper, fresh parsley, fresh jalapeno, and tomato. So Simon chopped all that. We did a bit of a stir fry. It was so good. Serve that with a little side of rice. So I will definitely put the link to that down below for y'all. And now I'm going to show you everything else we brought with us. So they have a little Keurig coffee maker here. And so we just use that for coffee. I didn't throw in any coffee. Here's our little coolers, which we're going to use to take water and stuff to the Blues Fest with us. And I brought, this was for the recipe, our red wine vinegar. I brought some peanut butter. I brought some everything but the bagel seasoning, which we put on avocado toast this morning. Delicious. Brought some tea, garlic for the recipe. Let's start with the freezer. In the freezer, we've got our water bottles, and I like to freeze about 1/3 to 1/2 of the bottle of water, and then just add water, and then you have a big chunk of ice, which keeps it cold longer. our little ice blocks for our cooler. Ooh. Ooh. Just created a vapor lock. Okay, come on, fridge. We have our farmer's market sourdough bread that we toasted up for avocado toast this morning, and there's a little bit of potato bread left over there. So we brought our bread. I've been filling, these came with the AirBnB, a pure pitcher and a Brita pitcher, and I've been filling those up so we have plenty of good filtered water. Brought a bottle of Chardonnay, some Pellegrino sparkling water. This is our onion dip. We had that with some home-baked tortilla chips. Video for that is on my channel. We had that with a beer out by the fire pit when we first arrived. This is the last of that Indian dal. It's just a lentil curry. Some other leftover. This is that potato greens McDougal recipe. What is this? That's the last of the seitan. Here's some leftover potatoes that we had that we made in the air fryer. Goes with the onion dip. And some avocado parsley that we used in a recipe last night. My latest peanut butter bar creation. Simon's using up the last of his cheese. He is giving up cheese in June. He's trying to get off it. Save those dairy cows and stop using dairy. So we're really getting off the dairy. I am already, and Simon is soon. Little tamari for the recipe. Earth Balance margarine. Preserves so we can have peanut butter and jam on toast. Sparkling lemon lime water. This vegan coffee creamer for me, and Simon just puts plain soy milk and a couple of beers. So that's everything we brought, and if we needed to, we could have every single meal. We're only staying here 2 nights. Let me flip this around and talk to y'all. Last look at our dinner. Okay, friends, I hope you enjoyed this look at how we travel, healthy, plant-based eating style, and some of the recipes that we cooked. You saw what we had for dinner last night. So far today, we had coffee with our plant-based milks and creamers and avocado toast with that everything but the bagel seasoning. We're gonna head off to the Blues Festival. We're packing water bottles, and we are probably gonna come back here at lunchtime for some leftovers, or we're gonna check out one of my favorite coffee shops that we discovered on our last trip here. Fairly new, it's called Yazoo Pass, and they do juices, and I know they have like soy cappuccinos or almond milk and stuff, which is pretty darn good for Clarksdale. So we're gonna go check out the coffee shop, and we may find something good for lunch there. If so, I've been posting what I eat for lunch on Instagram. My Instagram info is down below. Recipe for the dinner's down below, and hope you enjoyed this look at our blues traveling, healthy vegan travel options. And remember, friends, grocery stores, not restaurants. Every small town anywhere has a grocery store, and usually plenty of even ready-to-eat options. Sandwiches, hummus, fruits, vegetables, salads. Think grocery store, not restaurants. If you rely on restaurants when you travel, you're gonna like be a bloated mess. Not healthy. Now, don't get me wrong, if we find stuff at restaurants here, we're gonna try it, but we always have the backup of just coming back here for our lunch, and we have leftovers for dinner. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna stop babbling, friends, and I will see y'all soon.